Welcome to, well, your personalized deep dive. This time, we're diving into the world of marine firefighting, which, full disclosure, I had some interesting images in my head about before we got started. You sent over some excerpts from RoleCatcher, a career development platform, and I gotta say, I'd never even heard of it before.
Yeah, RoleCatcher's pretty niche, but it's got some seriously insightful stuff, especially for specialized fields like marine firefighting.
And when you first said marine firefighting, I have to admit, I was picturing like a little boat with a siren on top, zipping around a harbor.
I get that. It's easy to simplify, right? But trust me, these folks are dealing with situations most of us can't even imagine. It's a whole different ballgame from your average fire station.
Okay, so walk me through this. We've got a few pieces from RoleCatcher to unpack here. We've got the career guide, Marine Firefighter, which I'm guessing gives us the basics.
Exactly. It's a great starting point, lays out the foundations. Then there is Ace Your interviews with tailored questions and AI-powered practice, which I know sounds a little intense.
Just a tad. Like, AI is going to grill me about fire extinguishers now.
Haha, not quite. But we'll get into that. And finally, there's Streamline Your Job Search Integrated Job Boards and CV Analysis, which honestly ties into the AI interview prep in some really interesting ways.
Okay, now you got my attention. But
Yeah.
let's back up for a second. You sent these over because you're actually considering this career path,
I
right?
am, which is honestly a little crazy even to say out loud. But something about it just clicks for me.
I can see that. So before we go full-on AI and job hunting, let's break down the job itself. The career guide, what does it actually say a marine firefighter does all day?
Right, because it's more than just, boats on fire. What I found fascinating was how the guide goes beyond that initial image. It's hazardous materials on tankers, it's ferries packed with people.
Wait, ferries. Now I'm picturing a whole other kind of disaster movie.
Right. And then you've got oil rig fires, situations in ports. The work environment section in the guide, they're not kidding about unpredictable. There's an example in there about a senior marine firefighter. He's dealing with an engine room fire during a storm.
Okay, yeah, that's officially beyond my pay grade.
Right. And he had to use his knowledge of the ship's layout to find new escape routes because the main one was blocked. And he's coordinating with the crew, who were obviously terrified, all while directing his own firefighting team. Talk about high pressure.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see why teamwork and communication are listed as key skills in the guide. So how do you even get to that level? Like, what does the path to becoming a senior marine firefighter even look like?
So it's not like you just walk out of high school and onto a fireboat, sadly. The guide actually lays out a pretty clear career path from entry level all the way up to chief marine firefighter.
So there's like ranks and promotions, just like in a regular fire department.
Exactly. But it's not just about time on the job. There are specific certifications and experience levels needed at each stage. They emphasize that a lot too.
Which makes sense because a ship from 20 years ago is probably very different from like a modern cargo ship in terms of the tech on board, right?
Totally. And the guide really stresses that continuous learning is essential. Like they give the example of incident command systems, which is basically how you manage a huge crisis, like that engine room fire we were talking about.
So it's not just putting out the flames, it's being the one in charge, making those split-second decisions.
Exactly. Coordinating resources, potentially making life or death calls. That takes specific training. You can't just wing it.
Okay, I'm starting to get a feel for the demands of this job. But before we move on to how RoleCatcher helps you actually, land a position in this field, what is it about marine firefighting specifically that appeals to you?
Honestly, it's the combination of like the physical and mental challenge, the constant need to adapt, think on your feet. I thrive in those high stakes environments where quick thinking and technical expertise are non-negotiable.
And let's be real, there's got to be something about the adrenaline rush, too.
Maybe just a little. But more than that, there's something incredibly rewarding about knowing you're responsible for the safety of an entire ship and its crew. It's a different level of impact.
I can definitely see that. So we've got a good grasp on the what's of the job itself, fighting fires, but like the extreme ocean edition. But then there's this whole other layer, RoleCatcher's use of AI, which seems to touch everything from crafting your CV to, like you said, acing those high-pressure interviews. So how does that all fit in?
It's wild, right? And I'll be honest, at first I was totally skeptical. Like, AI is going to help me become a firefighter. But the way RoleCatcher uses AI isn't about replacing human skills. It's more like amplifying them.
Okay, I'm intrigued, but a little lost. Give me the AI for firefighters elevator pitch.
Okay, so think about it like this. Remember how we talked about needing those specific certifications and experience levels to climb the ranks?
Hmm, definitely a recurring theme.
Well, imagine having an AI that can analyze hundreds, even thousands of job descriptions, pinpoint the exact skills those employers are really looking for, and then tell you exactly what you need to focus on to be a top contender.
Wait, hold on. That's starting to sound less like science fiction and more like
Hmm.
incredibly useful. Tell me more about how this actually works in practice.
All right, let's dive into the specifics. RoleCatcher's AI features are designed to help you stand out because let's be real, it's a competitive field, and they do this in some pretty cool ways.
Okay, lay it on me. I am here for the cool ways.
So picture this. It's not just about AI picking the perfect job for you. It's about understanding the whole landscape, Because
Yeah.
you've got all these job boards out there, LinkedIn, Indeed, company websites. It's overwhelming.
Ugh, tell me about it. I've dabbled in the job searching world recently, and it's a full-time job just to sift through all the postings. I can totally see how that's a pain point, especially for something as specific as marine firefighting.
Exactly. It's a lot, even for someone who's used to dealing with, actual fires, and that's where this RoleCatcher.capture thing comes in. It's like having a personal assistant, but for your job hunt.
Okay, I am all about personal assistants, especially ones that don't require actual paychecks.
Yeah.
But how does it work?
You literally drag and drop job postings into the platform. Any posting from any site. It's amazing.
So it organizes the chaos. That's already a win in my book.
Yeah.
But then how does the AI actually kick in?
So let's say you find a posting, right? Marine firefighter position on an oil tanker. Sounds exciting. You drag it into RoleCatcher, and the AI goes to work. It's not just reading the description, it's like analyzing it.
Analyzing how? Like, is it looking for grammar errors on behalf of the hiring manager or something?
Ha. No, it's figuring out the core skills the employer is after. It's almost like reading between the lines.
So it understands what they really want, even if they didn't explicitly write it down.
Yes. Which is kind of freaky, but also brilliant. And here's where it gets even cooler. Remember how you uploaded your CV to RoleCatcher when you signed up?
Yeah, pretty standard job hunting stuff.
Right. Well, their AI takes your skills and experience and compares them to what that specific job posting is looking for.
It's like a matchmaking service, but for your career.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm liking this more and more. What happens then? Do you get a little congratulations message if you're a match?
It's even better. It gives you a score showing you how well you match up to what they're looking for in that specific role. It's like getting a sneak peek into the mind of the hiring manager.
Okay, that's both amazing and slightly terrifying. Like, imagine getting a bad score.
Yeah.
Talk about a blow to the ego.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's good to know where you stand before even applying, right?
Exactly. And here's the thing. What if your score isn't perfect? What if there are gaps in your skills or experience?
Yeah, that's usually where I close the laptop and order takeout.
Right. But RoleCatcher, and this is the magic part, it doesn't just point out the gaps. It actually provides personalized recommendations on how to bridge them.
No way. Okay, now this is next level stuff.
Right. Like maybe you need a specific certification to really be competitive for those oil tanker positions. Or maybe you have the experience, but you're not highlighting it the right way on your CV. RoleCatcher tells you all that.
It's like having a personalized roadmap, showing you exactly what steps to take to improve your chances.
A roadmap to firefighter glory. But it gets better, remember, that Ace Your Interviews excerpts. This is where it gets really interesting. They have these AI-powered interview practice tools.
Okay, so this is where the AI starts grilling me about fire hydrants and stuff, right?
Not quite.
Yeah.
But they've got this huge database of interview questions. And again, the AI is the key here. It tailors them based on the specific role you're targeting.
So you're not just practicing any interview questions. You're focusing on the ones that are most likely to come up in a, say, marine firefighting interview for that oil tanker job we were talking about.
Exactly. You get to practice being put on the spot, but in a safe space. And not only that, you can actually record yourself answering these questions using their video practice feature.
Okay, I'll be honest. When I first heard about this whole talking to your computer thing for interview prep, I thought it was a bit much.
I thought so too.
But now I'm starting to see how helpful that could actually be. Because you can iron out any kinks in your delivery, get comfortable talking about your experience all before you're actually in the hot seat.
Exactly. And it's not just about feeling more confident, you get valuable feedback. If you subscribe to their Copilot AI level, the AI actually analyzes your videos, your tone, your body language, everything. Then it gives you personalized tips on how to improve.
Okay, that's seriously impressive. It's like having a personal coach in your pocket, helping you refine those interview skills and put your best self forward. But does using AI like this I don't know, feel inauthentic, like you're trying to game the system somehow.
I get that. It's a totally fair point. But here's how I see it. The job search process, any job, has always been about presenting yourself in the best possible light, right?
Yeah, no one puts their bad at taking feedback moments on their resume.
Exactly. RoleCatcher is just giving you the tools to do that more effectively. It's not about being someone you're not. It's about understanding what employers are looking for and showing how your skills and experience align with those needs. It's like having a secret weapon.
It's like the AI is helping you cut through all the noise and get to the heart of what matters, which is, can you actually do the job?
Exactly. And for a career as demanding and as, let's be honest, cool as marine firefighting, where every second counts, having that edge can make all the difference.
Okay, we've talked a lot about how AI can help you actually land the job, which is obviously important. But I'm curious about the bigger picture here. What does this increasing use of AI actually mean for the day-to-day realities of being a marine firefighter? Like, is it going to change the nature of the job itself?
Oh man, that's the million-dollar question, right? And honestly, it's one that has me both completely fascinated and a little bit, apprehensive. Because while I think AI can definitely enhance the safety and effectiveness of marine firefighting, it also raises some really important questions about the future of the profession.
Okay, yeah, that's a whole other can of worms, or should we say fire extinguishers? But seriously, let's dig into that. In our final segment, let's explore how AI and automation might change the very essence of what it means to be a marine firefighter in the years to come. So we've gone from, like, dragging people off burning ships to dragging job postings into AI-powered platforms. This whole RoleCatcher deep dive has been wild. But now I'm stuck on this idea of, where does the actual human firefighter fit into all this tech in the future?
It's the big question, right? And the guide actually addresses it head on, which I appreciated. They don't shy away from the fact that AI and automation are already changing things, even for dangerous jobs. But here's where it gets really interesting.
Right, lay it on me. Are we talking like robot fire squads while humans are chilling in a control room somewhere sipping lemonade?
Uh-huh, I wish. Although, maybe not lemonade, probably something stronger with the stress levels these guys deal with. But seriously, it's not quite robots yet. Anyway, the guide uses this phrase, AI partners, which I think is a really good way to think about it.
AI partners, okay. So like working side by side with the robots.
Kind of. Remember those example profiles we talked about earlier? That senior marine firefighter dealing with the engine room fire during a storm?
Yeah, that guy had nerves of steel.
Right. Imagine him, but with an AI system basically feeding him real-time data as he's fighting the fire.
Okay, now that is interesting. Data like what, though? Give me the AI firefighter highlight reel. What kind of intel are we talking?
So ships already have tons of sensors, right? Monitoring temperatures, pressure, all that. But imagine AI analyzing that sensor data constantly in the background. It might pick up on a tiny temperature spike in a cargo hold way before a human would even smell smoke.
Early detection would be huge, especially on a ship where things can escalate so quickly.
Exactly. Or let's say they're IS a fire. The AI could analyze the ship's layout, the cargo manifest. It could tell you instantly what kind of materials are burning, what the most effective firefighting approach would be.
It's like having a superpowered chess computer, but for fighting fires instead of, checkmating.
Right. And think about training, too. The guide mentions VR simulations, which is already pretty high-tech. But now imagine AI-powered scenarios that change based on how you react, throwing new challenges at you constantly. You'd be more prepared for the unexpected than ever before.
So it's almost like the AI is pushing human firefighters to become even better at what they do. Yeah. Sharper, faster, more adaptable.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much data AI can process or how many simulations it can run, it's still humans making those split-second life or death decisions in the field.
And it's humans who have those soft skills the guide kept emphasizing. The communication, the adaptability, let's be honest, the guts to run towards danger when everyone else is running away.
Exactly. So if someone out there is listening to this and thinking about marine firefighting as a career, don't just focus on the firefighting techniques, Embrace the tech, too. Learn how it's being used, what its limitations are.
It's like the marine firefighter of the future isn't just brave and strong. They're tech-savvy, they're adaptable, they're practically superhuman.
In a way, yeah. And I have a feeling those skills are going to be in high demand as all this technology keeps evolving.
This has been an amazing deep dive. Honestly, I feel like I just went to Marine Firefighter University. We've covered the demands of the job, the tech, the future. I'm exhausted just thinking about it.
Me too.
But seriously, we've given you And by you, I mean our amazing listener, because this whole episode is just for you. A lot to consider. So if this doesn't spark some serious career daydreams, I don't know what will. Until next time, keep exploring those career paths, and thanks for taking this deep dive with us.